Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the topic Bode plot. So what we are going to discuss today, what is learning outcome of today? Let me tell you that first, then we'll move to the topics to be covered in today's lesson. So after completion of this topic, you will be able to comment on stability of a control system, as Bode plot method is basically a mathematical tool to determine stability of a control system. So once you have covered the lesson, you'll be able to understand how to determine stability of a system. Thereby we could apply this method to comment on system stability. Now, what are the topics to be covered in today's lesson? First, we'll be discussing a brief about introduction of Bode plot. Then we'll discuss what is semilog graph paper, why semilog graph paper is used in Bode plot method. Then we'll be discussing about how to get Bode plot of a transfer function. And as we all know, a transfer function may be combined with different terms. So we'll also be discussing about how to get Bode plot for each and individual terms. So this is a basic Bode plot graph of a particular system in which the x-axis denotes the frequency axis and the y-axis denotes, for the first case, for the upper graph, the y-axis denotes magnitude, whereas for the lower case, the x-axis denotes the same frequency and y-axis denotes phase angle in degree. So for first case, for this one, we could get variation in magnitude of the transfer function with respect to the variation in frequency. Similarly, for second case, we could get variation of phase angle with a variation in frequency. Once these two graphs are obtained, we could easily get few parameters which are required to comment on system stability. What are those parameters? Those parameters are gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency, gain margin, phase margin. So based on the values obtained from these two plots, the values of gain margin, phase margin, gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency, you could comment on system stability. So our objective is to comment on system stability using Bode plot method. To comment on system stability, we must know what are the gain margin, phase margin, gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequency for a particular system. Once these four parameters are known to us, by observing the values of these parameters, we could comment on system stability. So in today's lesson, we'll be discussing about the brief of Bode plot method and how to get Bode plot for some individual terms. This method is having a lengthy procedure by which we could comment on system stability. So in a single class, this entire method could not be completed. We'll complete a part of the method in today's class, and next part will be continued in next class. So let us start with brief introduction of Bode plot. What is Bode plot? Bode plot method is a graphical way of representing transfer function. So for a particular transfer function, we could get Bode plot like this. So this is a graphical representation of a system transfer function. This method determines stability of a system. Why this method is used, or what are these graphs? These graphs are used to determine stability of a particular system. This method represents gain and phase of a system as a function of frequency. So gain, magnitude of a system as a function of frequency, phase angle of a system as a function of frequency could be obtained by using this method. It consists of two graphs or two plots, such as magnitude plot and phase plot. As we discussed earlier, the upper one is magnitude plot and lower one is phase plot. So it consists of two plots. The magnitude plot gives us magnitude in decibel versus frequency. Phase angle plot gives us phase angle in degree versus frequency. The plots are drawn on a semi-log graph paper. So what is semi-log graph paper? Why shall we use semi-log graph paper in Bode plot uh, graphical analysis? All those will be discussed in next slide. And it's very important why semi-log graph paper is to be used. Till date, we are using millimeter graph paper in which y-axis, x-axis are having same variation or difference between two consecutive points, the same, or width of two consecutive lines, same in millimeter or centimeter graph papers. But in case of semi-log graph paper, that is not the same. Why semi-log graph paper is used, that we are going to discuss in next slide. So this is a typical semi-log graph paper. Now see here, if you can observe, see this difference is much larger than this difference. This difference is again lower. So difference between first two consecutive lines is much larger than second one. Second one is having much larger difference than third one. So why this happens? Or in case of millimeter graph paper, what happens? If this is first line, this is second line, this should be third line. So uniform gapping should be there in case of millimeter graph paper. But in case of semi-log graph paper, uniformity would not be maintained in the x-axis. This x-axis is log scale. This x-axis is in log scale. Now, this is 1, this should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After 10, this should be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100. After 100, this should be 200, 300, 400, likewise. Suppose we have a millimeter graph paper of this much length. So this is 1, this should be 2, similarly this should be 10, this should be 20, this should be 11, uniform gap should be there, this should be 20. So in millimeter graph paper, we are having variation of 1 to 20 within this span. In semi-log graph paper, we have a variation of 1 to 100 within the same span. So in millimeter graph paper, this is 20, this is 30, this is 40, this is 50, this is 60. But here, this is 1, this is 10 or 10 to the power 1. This is 10 to the power 2. This is 10 cube. Likewise. So in millimeter graph paper, we get 1 to 30 variation. 1 to 30 variation in this span. In semi-log graph paper, we will get 1 to 10 cube variation within the same span. That is 1 to 1000 variation. So large amount of data or large amount of frequency variation could be accommodated within a small span if we use log scale in the x-axis. Now, how can we mark this like this? In millimeter, this is 1. Two, like this. So in millimeter graph paper, suppose we have 1, 2, 3. In log scale, 10 to the power 1 is 10, 10 square, 10 cube. See, log of 10 to the power 1 is 1, log of 10 square is 2, log of 10 cube is 3. So whatever 1 is in millimeter graph paper, that will be 10 to the power 1 in semi-log graph paper. 2 corresponds to 10 square in log scale. Likewise, so semi-log graph papers are used in Bode plot method so that we could accommodate large amount of frequency within a small span. Okay, so its x-axis part is log scale, y-axis part is in normal scale. That is why it is termed as semi-log. Now, in case of semi-log graph paper, the variation in first part, here the variation is between any two consecutive lines is 1. Here variation will be 10. That is, here variation is 10 to the power 0. Then here variation will be 10 to the power 1. Here variation will be 10 square. Likewise. So if you choose a variation of 10 to the power minus 1 in first case, then here variation will be 10 to the power 0. Here variation will be 10 to the power 1. So after one decade, the variation will be multiplied by 10. So what is decade? What is decade? This is known as one decade. 1 to 10. Again 10 to 100 will be another decade. So these are known as decade. Okay. Now let us consider an open loop transfer function GSHS equals to this. This is general expression of a transfer function. Now here T is what? T is time constant, which could be 1 by omega. Now substituting all this S by j omega, that is complex frequency, we could write GSHS equals to, or G j omega H j omega equals to K into 1 plus j omega Ta, and so on so on. This is well known to everyone. This S to the power n also should be written as j omega whole to the power n, whatever. Now in Bode plot method, we need to get a magnitude plot, that is magnitude in decibel, and phase angle in degree. So let us try to get magnitude of this transfer function. So magnitude of this transfer function in decibel. Suppose we have a term K. If we want to express this K in decibel, it should be 20 of log K. So in order to change any quantity in decibel, it should be 20 log that quantity. So magnitude of Gj omega Hj omega will be mod of Gj omega Hj omega, and as we are going to express it in decibel, so it should be 20 log Gj omega Hj omega. Now 20 log Gj omega Hj omega equals to what? See here, magnitude of K should be 20 log K in decibel, so 20 log K. Magnitude of 1 plus j omega Ta, magnitude of A plus jb is under root a square plus b square. Based on that fact, magnitude of 1 plus under root 1 plus j omega Ta will be under root 1 plus omega square Ta square, and as it is in decibel, so 20 log will be there. So 20 log 1 plus under root Ta square omega square, and as these are in multiplied form, so magnitude will be added up. Similarly, plus 20 log 1 plus under root omega square Tb square. Now magnitude of S to the power n, that is j omega to the power n, will be 20n log omega as it is divided. So it should be minus 20n log omega. So all divided has been taken together and a minus is taken common. So magnitude of j omega to the power n will be omega to the power n, that is in dB it will be 20n log omega. Similarly, rest part will be as same as before. So to get magnitude plot, first we have to get magnitude expression for magnitude in decibel. Now see here, to get a plot of this magnitude, we must know how to plot this term, 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 how to plot this, all these terms. Plotting of all these individual terms is to be known. So what will we do? We'll try to understand how to get plot for all these individual terms. Now, this term log of 1 plus under root 1 plus omega square t square. See here, a printing mistake is there. This 1 should not be there. Let me explain why. 1 plus j omega t, its magnitude will be under root 1 plus omega a square omega square t square. Now, whenever it is to be expressed in terms of decibel, it should be 20 log. That means here it should be 20 log under root 1 plus omega square t square. Here we have put this one extra. This should not be there. Okay, whatever. So this term, all these terms are same terms. So if you know how to get plot for this term, you could understand what should be the plot for this or this or this. So there are 4, you could say this term, and this term. There are 3 individual terms for which we need to know how to get the plot. Now, similarly, we need to get a plot for phase angle. So phase angle of gj omega hj omega is, phase angle of k is 0 degree. So phase angle of k is 0 degree. Phase angle of a plus jb is tan inverse b by a. So tan inverse omega ta by 1. Tan inverse omega ta. Similarly, tan inverse omega tb. We'll understand later. I'll show you why s to the power n is having minus 90 degree phase angle. Similarly, rest of the part is having this phase angle. So these are the phase angle. We'll also learn how to get these phase angles. So let us start with individual terms. First, let us start with getting Bode plot of constant term. Bode plot means getting magnitude plot and phase angle plot. So magnitude of k in decibel will be 20 log k. And phase angle of k, any constant is angle of k. K could be written as k plus j0. So its phase angle will be tan inverse b by a, that is 0 by k, that is 0 degree. Let us consider this case. Let us assume the transfer function, the magnitude of the transfer function is 15. Then in decibel it will be 20 log 15, that is 23.5. So here it is shown 23.5. So this is 20 log k. So this magnitude is a constant magnitude 20 log k, which is not varying with frequency. and phase angle will be 0 degree. Now let us try to get Bode plot of 1 by s to the power n term. 1 by s to the power n. Magnitude of 1 by s to the power n could be written as 20 log 1 by s to the power n. So 20 log 1 by s means what? J omega to the power n. So 20 log j omega whole to the power minus n. Now minus n could be taken here, minus 20n log omega. So if you want to get a magnitude plot, this is, suppose this is magnitude in decibel and this is log omega axis, semi-log graph paper, so this should be log axis. So magnitude equals to minus 20n into log omega. So magnitude equals to magnitude y equals to minus m into x. Log omega is x axis. So the magnitude should have a slope of minus 20n. M should be minus 20n. So later we'll be observing that this, for this term, the magnitude is having minus 20n dB per decade slope. Phase angle of 1 by s to the power n is minus 90n. Phase angle of j omega is what? J omega could be written as 0 plus j omega. So its angle will be tan inverse b by a, that is omega, by 0. Tan inverse something by 0 means tan inverse infinity, that is 90 degree. Clear? So magnitude, phase angle of j omega, phase angle of the term j omega is 90 degree. So phase angle of 1 by j omega will be, phase angle of 1 is 0 degree, phase angle of j omega is 90 degree. So as it is divided, so it will be minus 90. So phase angle of 1 by j omega is minus 90. Similarly, suppose you have j omega whole square. This could be written as j omega into j omega. Now j omega is having phase angle of 90 degree. Another j omega will be having phase angle of 90 degree. As these are in multiplied form, so angle will be added. So for j omega whole square, the phase angle will be 2 into 90 degree. Clear? So 1 by j omega whole to the power 2 whole square, it will have phase angle of minus 90 into 2, as this is divided. Similarly, j omega to the power n will have phase angle of minus 90n. Now see, this is magnitude plot of 1 by s to the power n. As we have seen, it should have minus 20n dB per decade slope. So it is having n is what? N is type of a system. For n equals to 1, the slope will be minus 20 dB per decade. Minus 20n, so n equals to 1 means minus 20 dB per decade. For n equals to 2, it will have minus 40 dB per decade. Minus 20n, that is minus 40 dB per decade. So here we have assumed n equals to 1. So this is 1 decade, as I said, 10 to the power minus 2 to 10 to the power minus 1 will be 1 decade. So this is 1 decade. This is second decade. This is third decade. Likewise. Now, if we assume n equals to 1, this would be the slope. For n equals to 1, slope will be minus 20 dB per decade. So for n equals to 1, the slope will be minus 20 dB per decade. Means in 1 decade, the slope, the magnitude is reduced by 20 dB. So 20 dB reduction is there in one decade. That is why it is termed as minus 20 dB per decade slope. So this is the slope for n equals to 1. Now if n equals to 2, what will be the slope? Slope will be minus 40 dB per decade. That means in one decade it will be reduced by 40 dB. See, from 40 to 0 it is reduced in one decade. In next decade it will reduce another 40. 0 to minus 40. Okay. For n equals to 3, the slope will be like in one decade it will reduce to minus 20 from 40. Okay. So this slope depends on the type of the system, the value of n. The phase angle is minus 90. For n equals to 1, this will be the phase angle minus 90 degree. For n equals to 2, phase angle will be minus 180 degree, likewise. Now it is more or less similar to 1 by s to the power term Bode plot of s to the power n. That means number of zeros at origin. So magnitude of s to the power n will be 20 log s to the power n. That is 20 log j omega to the power n. That is 20n log omega. So it will have plus 20n dB per decade slope. So this is having plus 20n dB per decade slope. In one decade again, this is first decade, this is second decade, likewise. So in one decade from minus 40 to minus 20. So in one decade it is raised by 20 dB. So in one decade it is raised 20 dB, that is 20 dB per decade slope. In next decade it again raised to 0. From minus 20 it raised to 0. So again plus 20 dB per decade slope. In another decade from 0 to 20 it is raised, likewise. And phase angle will be plus 90n. In last case it was minus 90n. As it was divided, here it should be plus 90n. So plus 90. So this is it. Up to this we covered today. In next class we'll be discussing about getting Bode plot of some other different terms. So as of now I'm ending up here. What we discussed in today's class, we discussed what is Bode plot, what is semi-log graph paper, why semi-log graph paper is used to get Bode plot. So what are the different terms associated with a particular transfer function, general expression of a transfer function, how to get Bode plot for constant term, 1 by s to the power term and s to the power n term. So in next class we'll be discussing about getting Bode plot of some other terms. Thank you all.